Hey, babe, it's JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel. We got a few things that we are going to be talking about, okay? I want to talk about a little bit about the Snoop, Nelly, whatever, our inauguration things, Soulja Boy, Dr. Heavenly. We'll get into that, okay? We're also going to talk about Potomac. Not too much, okay? Shout out to the patrons. You already got your video when it comes to, Real Housewives of Potomac, but we are going to touch on a post that Mia recently made, as well as Dr. Wendy being on Watch What Happens Live. So we are going to touch on that a tad bit. But before we get into all of that, okay, before we really tap into some things, I want to get into this situation regarding this real estate developer. All right. There is a real estate developer that was at his house or whatever, and I guess this woman decided that she was going to profile him, and then ended up coming out trying to give some type of apology after bothering this man. Okay, so let us go ahead and get into that first. All right, I'm not sure of what his name is, and I wish that I actually had his name. Let me see if we could get his actual name. Okay, so his name appears to be Mike Jenkins. He's a well-respected Ohio real estate developer. Recently found himself in an unsettling incident in his very own neighborhood. Okay, they say the video has now gone viral. It captured a disturbing situation between Jenkins and an unknown woman who profiled him while taking a night stroll with her two young kids. Listen, I feel like that's child endangerment just a little bit, that you have your children out here at nighttime and you ringing on somebody's doorbell that you feel should not be in that neighborhood, and that person could potentially be dangerous because you don't know who the hell they is or what they got behind their door. And let's say they're not supposed to be in that neighborhood and you coming over there harassing them or whatever, and they on the defense, that's a problem. Then you got your child ringing the doorbell too. Girl, let us go ahead and get into this video real quick. All right, hop on over here on Twitter with me. Let's get into it.
We need you. Knock on the doorbell. Ring doorbell. We need you.
And you got your child ringing the doorbell. This is a poor example for your kid and making them think this is okay to do. I'm sorry. I don't. And why? Why you think you're the authorities?
I don't believe that. What? I don't believe that.
If you got a crush, just say that.
Rory, come on. Rory, come on.
Do you live here? I don't believe that. And then the stroller about to roll the fuck off.
Did someone come here?
That was my wife. Somebody chased her up here.
Someone chased her in here. Oh, I would sue this woman.
I was in the street, and so I come up and I just have my kids, and so I'm like gonna pretend that I'm coming home, and so I pull up and I start walking to your back gate, and he stops here and he goes, "Are you looking for someone?" And I said, "Nope," and then he sat here, and I was like, "I need to get in."
Well, that's my husband. That's why he lives here.
That is crazy as fuck to me, and it's a clear example of how you hoes like to lie. Okay, and y'all really do be messing it up for a lot of y'all Caucasian girls out here in these streets, okay? You really be messing it up for your sisters, honey. Girl, not you to sat up here and blatantly lied on this man. Talk about somebody and just came up with an elaborate ass story. Well, she didn't say he necessarily chased her, but it kind of sounded like she did. Somebody chased me, so I came to this house and they just run the doorbell. Like, ma'am, you might have a mental situation going on with you. Okay? Somebody in a gray truck. I'm sure that was him in the gray truck, because he wondering why the hell is you at his house. And then you let the damn stroller roll off the seat into the ground. Like, this a sketchy asshole. Like, girl. I mean, it roll off the porch into the ground. Like, and then the husband walking down talking about somebody chased my wife over here. Like, baby, I wonder how you feel about your wife now, knowing how much she lie and how quick she'll create one.
Yeah. He lives here, so he came in and he said there's a lady screaming, and I'm like, that's...
She got all worried that she...
Scared the crap out of me.
How?
I'm I'm so sorry.
And he
I didn't
laughing,
scare
trying to
you,
downplay
in
it.
the driveway, and I was like, "Are you looking for somebody?" Because I was pulling up out.
And I saw someone walking in our driveway too, and I'm like, why is someone walking in our driveway?
Well, I'm sorry.
All right, sorry.
I was. She said that someone was following her, so you were walking from there?
You came this way, didn't you?
No, I came down this street right here,
Yeah.
and I was riding slow.
He
'cause
knows
I was
she
looking
full
at
of
her
shit.
Christmas lights.
Well, you just have to understand my point of view. Being by myself with 2 kids, I just saw a car coming.
You see how she automatically went into victim mode? Well, you just have to understand my point of view. First of all, ma'am, no one is accusing you of anything. If anything is happening, they're taking your word for the bullshit story that you just created. So I'm a little confused. Are you okay? You're not. Something is definitely going where you have to understand from my point of view. Nobody's accusing you of anything. All the girl did was say, so you said you came from this way? No, I was here. And then you asked him, didn't you come from this way? And he's like, no, I came from this street here. Well, you have to understand, like automatically went into, wait, girl, what?
And so I was like, oh, it scared me. And so I just pulled up here. And I kept thinking, this could be his house. But you didn't say, this is my home. You just said, are you looking? And I was like,
I did. When you was on the porch, you asked me, did I live here? I said, yeah.
And you said, no,
Boom.
you don't.
And you said, I don't think you do.
It was obviously you could tell that I was really caught off guard.
Like I'm pulling in my, it's like I'm pulling in my house. Like this is not this neighborhood is probably one of the best neighborhoods in Ohio.
It is.
You don't have to worry about stuff like that.
Well, I'm very sorry.
You ain't got no choice but to be sorry, ho. And I'm so glad they exposed the dog fuck out of you, girl.
I really hope that you're not upset with me.
Come on, baby, go in the house. Let's go.
I'm with the wife. Please, I hope you're not upset. And I'm glad his wife was watching on the camera the whole time. Because you thought that lady came outside and didn't know what the fuck was going on. Okay? So maybe you saw that lady's face not believing shit, which is why you went into the defense. But like, you got to understand. Because I'm like, they're not even saying anything to you. They're believing your BS story. She was like, I didn't know if this was your house. And he said, I did tell you this was my house. I told you I live here. And then the wife said, and you told him, no, he don't. I said, come on, baby. You better have been watching from them cameras. Okay? I hope that I'm sorry. I really hope that you can forgive me. Whatever it is. The wife said, let's go inside. I said, I know that's right. Let's go inside, BIT, because I'm going to end up cussing this hoe out. And it's really going to go to the left. So let us go and get inside.
You told me that I didn't. You said you didn't think I lived here.
It was the way that you were talking.
It was the way he was talking.
I'm so sorry.
I wish I would have played more.
We need you. What's going on?
Do you live here?
Yeah.
You do?
Papa.
I don't believe that.
What?
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that. I don't think that lady was in fear of nothing. I'm sorry. Y'all leave y'all thoughts down below, but let's get into it because it looks like she may have come back following getting, the backlash online. Looks like she may have come and apologized.
And all the things. So I want to jump on here because my Facebook is public, and for those of you guys who are telling me that I owe a public apology, one, I will not apologize for making any sort of racist remark. I am the furthest thing from a racist. I will, however, apologize that my expression could ever come across in such a way, or that somebody could think something of that nature of myself and my family. So, long story short, I need to give the context because there's a lot of y'all who
Hurry up, girl.
coming to my page right now, not knowing. JB's coming down. Hold on. And all the things.
It's
So I
the
wanna
cutting
jump
off
on
the
here,
tears
because
immediately
on
for me.
Facebook, he says, "This is my house," and I said, "I don't think that it is." And at that point, the only reason that I said that was because truly the awkward encounter of slowing up behind me, talking to us multiple times, I'm in this frantic state. It's late at night. I got my kids, my 2 babies, the lady at
I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry about no frantic state because your kids shouldn't be out late at night on no fucking stroll. All right? I just don't. Girl, they should be in the house. Sorry, be mad at somebody else. I don't care. All right? They should not. Let me see if I can click on this because I want her to speak quicker.
door's not answering. There's no other homes that are well established. I mean, there's construction. It's a corner house. I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, I'm on the front porch. This truck literally is halfway up the driveway. And I was like, my radar was like, nope, I don't think that this is your house. And so I said, I don't believe that this is your house. And so I'm starting to unbuckle cash, and I grab, and I freak. I go, Rory, run. And so I take off the porch, and I literally run as fast as I can, screaming at the top of my lung. I'm getting all these messages, I'm so sorry. Screaming at the top of my lung. I've never, ever, ever screamed the way that I screamed. And I'm running through the front yards of everybody, praying that the Ring doorbell would capture us. Finally, to get to a woman's house, I'm bang on the door. And at this point, I'm dialing 911, and I said, can I please come in? And the woman said, yes, come in. And so I'm standing there, I'm talking to the sheriff, and more than anything, I was not looking for him to come to my rescue at this point. My husband was gonna come. I'm in this woman's house, the door is closed, and I tell the man, he said, do I need to come out? And I just said, no. I said, I was just calling to let you know that this just happened. My husband's gonna come get me. And he says, he asked me if I wanted him to come out, and I said no. And so the woman then, I was at her house, she literally asked me and said, she said, I don't know how to ask this. She goes, but was it a black man? Because she goes, it's a black family that lives there. And I said, no, I believe that this is a white man. He was a white man in a truck. A young white man is what I said. And she said, okay. She goes, because that's a black family that lives there. And I said, no, I don't think that it was a black man. And then when my husband got there, I stood out front, and we're still trying to get the Ring doorbell footage of me talking to my husband. But he asked me again. He said, what house was it? And I said, it was this house right here. And he goes, are you sure it wasn't a black guy? He goes, because that's a black family. And I said, no, I don't believe that it was a black man.
I'm sorry. I don't believe her completely. Maybe she did feel like she was being chased, possibly IDK. And there are some white people that be having dreads and stuff like that. But I mean, do you think black people are all the same complexion or something? Like
And so we get in the car, and we go to pick up the stroller. And I've said this a million times, I have never felt the fear that I had even just pulling up in front of the house when John opened the door to get out of the truck. The amount of, I never went into fight or flight like that before. And so he gets out of the car, and he goes up to the woman's house, and a woman comes out onto the front porch, and she says something along the lines like, did you forget something, or did you leave something? And John laughs, and he's like, yes, we did, I'm so sorry. And I get out of the car, and I walk up to the woman, and I could not tell her fast enough what had happened. She walks out on the porch, and I jump out of the car, and I said, oh my gosh, yes, there was a man. John was the one that said, a man was following her, chasing her, following her is what I said. I use the word chasing, following me. And so she said, I jumped out of the car, and I said, I'm so sorry. I said, literally, I was pretending that your house was my house. I was walking up the driveway, and then I was turning in. I was pretending that it was yours. And she goes, yeah, that was my husband.
The irony.
Coming out, and he's like, I told you this was my house. And at that point, I literally started, I said, I'm so sorry. I said, I am so sorry. And I told him, I said, sorry. I said, I'm so sorry. And then I said, this is your house. That was my word. I said, I'm so sorry. I said, this is your house. I said, I truly kept thinking, maybe this is his house. Maybe this is his house. And he says, well, I told you this was your house. And I said, you have to understand. I said, I'm so sorry. I said, it was such an awkward encounter. I said, the truck was starting to slow behind me, and I'm out here with my little girl and my son. And I said, I'm a mom, and it was dark. And he said, but I told you that this was my house. He says, I was driving slow because I was looking at my Christmas lights. And once again, I said, I am so sorry. And they truly, they did not take my apology. And that night,
I wouldn't have took it either.
I saw on Instagram, I shared the story twice. The only reason that I shared the story is because I was heartbroken, and it was a really scary night. I've always shared everything on Instagram. And so that night, after that whole incident happened, I literally was sitting on the steps, first of all, and John kept trying to talk to me. I kept telling him I was so sorry, and I've never, just the panic. I literally could not come down from this fight or flight. From the time that I was at the woman's house to literally 30 seconds later, telling the woman that I was just followed, to the man stepping out on the front porch and it being his house. It was all of these different emotions. And so I'm sitting at home, literally having this meltdown. And I kept telling John I was so sorry. I felt really stupid. And so on the way home, I forgot to say that the cop was driving around our neighborhood, and I'm getting all these messages, I'm sorry. The cop was driving around our neighborhood, and I stopped him. We stopped him, and I jumped over, rolled the window down, and I said, I am so sorry. I said, I'm so sorry. I said, it was his house. It was a misunderstanding. I'm so sorry. He was like, it's okay. I'm glad everything's fine. I was like, yes, it's fine. So I ended up, we went home. And that night, when I got home, I had tears, and I was making a cup of coffee. And if you guys know me, I put everything on Instagram. I talk all the time. It was an innocent mistake. I felt really stupid. I absolutely was crushed. I felt like they thought I was stupid. I already felt stupid. I truly felt stupid. like I said to them on the porch, like I kept thinking like maybe this is his house, and then like I'm running and screaming at the top of my lungs, and so yeah, like I felt dumb for sure. So I went on Instagram in my story. I still have it archived, and I like have tears, and I'm making a cup of coffee, and I said, I was like, man, you like talk about a night. I'm like, man, my night just completely took a left turn, and I was like, you know, super scared. I was like, I'll have to fill you guys in later. So I went live that night, and then I went live again the next morning, and I have to tell you guys, I have been on social media long enough to know that there's a lot of scrutiny, and so by me going live, I was very, I did not think that I was doing anything wrong. I was sharing the story of what happened, better safe than sorry, how scary it was, just what I went through. Like, that's the only reason that I went live. At the end, I talked about how I felt stupid and how this couple, like twice, I apologized, and nothing came of it. And so, yeah, that crushed me. I did feel really stupid. So that is the story of that night. Many of you guys were on those lives, and so you guys know the exact emotions and state that I was in. So we are here. And it wasn't until about 2 weeks ago, maybe a little less than that, that John was sitting in the living room, and he called me the day prior, and he asked me a question about, you know, did you ever say, like, he said, did you tell the woman that he was black? And I said, no, I told her that I thought he was a young white man. He's like, I thought so. And I was like, that was really weird that he called and asked me that. So the next morning, I was doing my morning reading, and he sits down in front of me, and he's like, we have to talk. And so he told me that there had been a letter floating around our neighborhood that had been posted in our mailroom that had said something about a racist profiling in the neighborhood. And so, of course, you throw racism into the mix, it gets really yucky. And that was the furthest thing from what it was, to the point of literally we have a handwritten letter from the woman's house that I went to. I'm trying to get the Ring doorbell footage of me standing on the porch telling John when he asked, you know, are you sure it wasn't a black man? And I said, I think it is a young white man. But she wrote a letter. She was like, I'm happy to speak on your behalf. You absolutely told me that you thought it was a white man. And so we had 2 days in a row, the letter was posted in the mailroom saying that there was a racist profiling, not mentioning our name, but it was in reference to that night. It was taken down 2 times. And then I believe there was an email sent to our...
I guess an email sent to who?
This is my house. And I said, I don't think... Followed 20 minutes home, and my car was broken into when I was at the store. And when I was a little girl, we had a man banging on our door and helicopters hovering over our home. So, did I overreact? Yeah, maybe a little bit. But I stood up at the door and I said that I was sorry 2 times. People are going as far as saying they're not genuine apologies, that I'm out to get him for whatever reason that is. I don't know how it could be twisted that way when I literally thought he was a white man. So I knew it wasn't going to stop there, but the Facebook page stuff was deleted. Not me ever asking for any of it to be deleted. I made a public apology to them through the video to a whole Facebook page of almost 500 residents in our neighborhood. And then I posted in the comments multiple times when people were just saying, like, disgusting and just tearing down our family's name. I once again came on and I said, if there's ever an opportunity to reconcile, like, I will. I'm so sorry I could have ever offended you. And so I've absolutely apologized multiple times. It's not been accepted. So now I woke up today and John started sending me screenshots of people going on all of my social media channels. And I had to make my pages private. On one of the videos of us talking about opening our store, there were over 360 comments, some of which absolutely were from our members, but I would say over 300 of them within a 10-minute span were from people coming to absolutely attack us, saying anything and everything you can imagine, from hating on my faith, tying that to, you know, racism and me not being who I say I am, to my family, to be on a lookout, to our business is destroyed, to I mean, you can imagine everything that's being said, to our direct messages, to my friends and members being messaged saying that I'm a racist, going as far as saying that I was trying to have a black man killed. That was commented a few times. To people texting me personally, calling me a racist pig. Our direct messages, our other businesses, Crave is being attacked, and every business platform, my Facebook ratings, everything is being attacked right now.
I believe it.
So, everybody keeps asking for a public apology, and I want to get ahead of it. I don't want to just stay quiet, but I did shut my pages to private. I'd explained to my Instagram exactly what I'm explaining to y'all. I absolutely am so sorry that I didn't think more of how they possibly could have felt in the moment and my reaction. I'm not trying to play the victim. Very few people have truly said they can't, putting themselves in my shoes, and it does make me angry. It does, if I'm being completely honest, and I'm trying to be so slow to speak. And I have said multiple times how stupid I felt. I even looked at him, like I said, when he came out on the porch. And I said, oh my gosh, this was your house. And I said, I kept thinking to myself, what if this is his house? But pulling up behind me, whether it's to look at your Christmas lights or not, I didn't know that. All I knew was it was dark. I had my kids. You're talking to me. You're continuing to talk to me. Now you're backing in this driveway. And when I said it was his house, and he said, yeah, I didn't believe it at that point. This was getting so awkward. I just continued to feel like I was getting pursued more and more. It had nothing to do with the color of his skin. He could have been purple, orange, whatever. He was a man in a truck pursuing me. The tone of his voice was not welcoming or comforting at all. And so, yes, I panicked. Did I overreact? I don't think so. So, I'll leave this here for you all to decide what you believe.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation at hand. I mean, the man did say he was slowing down, but he was looking at them, the Christmas lights or whatever in the neighborhood. IDK. But also, he probably didn't want to drive erratic knowing this damn lady is outside with her fucking kids as well. So, I don't know. Maybe she was scared. Maybe she was freaking herself out. If you've been so concerned about being robbed and the different shit that has happened to you when you were a kid, then why would you then put your kids, in my opinion, in similar harm's way by walking them outside in your neighborhood at dark? I mean, at night. I understand a lot of us may think our neighborhoods are just the safest places in the world. And that's not always true. Okay. So I don't know, but y'all let me know whether y'all believe what all she's saying, or if you feel like she really did racially profile that man or whatever the case was. Okay. She's coming to the front instead of hiding behind a written statement. She's coming to the front to merely apologize for everything that has gone down up until this point. So you guys let me know what y'all think.
Darby, very sweet. Thanks. Never a minute.
Leave y'all thoughts and comments down below on this situation with this man and this woman. Okay. Her racially profiling this man. I know a lot of people are wondering what does the man look like, and this is the man. Okay, when he stepped outside of his vehicle, in my personal opinion, I think it's hard to assume that this man here is a fucking white man, but that is what she says. She told the other lady. And then when you look at when he walks outside here, to me, I don't.
How?
How did he scare you though?
Maybe his voice made her think that.
And I was like, are you looking for somebody? Because I was pulling up out.
And I saw someone walking in our driveway too, and I'm like, why is someone walking in our driveway?
Child, y'all be the judge, okay?
What?
Be the judge. Leave your thoughts and comments down below on that matter at hand, honey. And in the meantime, I'm going to slide over to something else, okay? Now I want us to go ahead and hop over here and talk about Real Housewives of Potomac really quickly. Y'all know Real Housewives of Potomac. In this latest episode, we saw where G had a sit down with Ray, okay? Love the old men. Oh, I don't want to say old. Let me say I enjoy the older men getting a chance to have a sit down and having a one-on-one, okay? I do feel like Ray was doing Karen's work, okay? You go sit down with this man and you get all of the tea, and that is exactly what Ray did, all right? So when Ray sat down, he with G, he learned that there is no divorce. Remember, Mia came to the people talking about how she has full custody, and I remember asking this question on last week, maybe to my Patreon, but I was like, yo, how does she have full custody if like y'all haven't fully been like, divorced or anything? Like something about it didn't really make sense, okay? Maybe the judge could have granted that her to have full custody if they were like separated or something. I don't know. Some about it didn't make sense. Okay. So we learned that the divorce that was on the table is no longer on the table at this time. Okay. So it was put on the table. It's taken off the table. In addition to that, we learned that Gordon, when he got the paternity test on his own child, he did not wait for Mia. He waited a few weeks to let Mia know what the results were, and the results ended up being that he indeed is the father of that child that she was trying to continue to parade around and make it muddy the waters by not being very clear on who that baby's father is. Okay, she still had people questioning and wondering whether or not Ink was indeed the father of that child. Okay, now when Wendy went over to Watch What Happens Live, she talked about the situation, and Keke Palmer pretty much clocked the T for me, because that's how I felt and how I've been feeling. So let us go ahead and check out. Matter of fact, I don't know if it's gonna show the full clip. Let me see. Yeah, it may show what Keke said. So let's get into this right here.
Me, I really care about the kids. Yes. And outside of all of this, they're gonna grow up one day and they're gonna see this. So if it was known that this was always the case, why even bring it to the group to discuss the paternity?
Right.
Right. To make everything with that man Ink seem valid. Hello. We talked about it. Well, well, he could be the daddy too.
Okay, he could be the daddy too.
Yes. And outside of all of this, they're gonna grow up one day and they're gonna see this. So if it was known that this was always the case, why even bring it to the group to discuss the paternity of your child? Right.
I agree. I think that Mia knew right out the gate from the very beginning who the father of her son was, even though she tried to say, oh, it's a little bit of muddy waters and stuff, or whatever the case is. I think the goal was to give Ink a little bit of a platform, or whatever the case was, honey. And so she couldn't be very honest and clear with us. She really could have. We already kind of knew. We knew. But she needed to, buy her some time and buy her a piece of storyline. So that's why she didn't want to clear up the matter at hand. And I think she probably was going to wait till the reunion, drag this out, make it be very questionable. And then during the reunion, we revealed the truth. Well, girl, we got the truth through the season, and we got that through Gordon, okay? So y'all leave y'all thoughts on that. But Mia did go to social media where she felt like she was going to set the record straight, okay? Because obviously that's not the only thing that Gordon revealed on the show or to the public, all right? He also had revealed how she was moving. You know what I'm saying? That interview with TMZ. So let's just tap into what Mia says. And she also has some receipts over here. So shout out to OMFG Reality TV. So it says, let me set the record straight. I was not the one who brought the questioning of my son's paternity into the public eye. His father did. I did not expose my infidelity to the world. My husband did. Girl, it's given she's been watching Rodney The Voice, because Rodney been about the only person that's been willing to throw her ass a piece of a bone. And I feel like she about been watching Rodney's video, and she was like, you right. And let me make sure I remind the people of that. Yup. I feel like when it came to the paternity of the kid, y'all did that together. Okay, now he may have revealed the infidelity over there onto TMZ, but y'all also kind of slick revealed it together on the damn show, bitch. Like, come on. But anywho, she says it was Gordon who chose to air out our family matters on TMZ, and later went on a public apology tour during last year's reunion. He revealed something I had been protecting him from for years, his diagnosis of bipolar disorder, which causes him to behave unpredictably. Okay, he alters the narrative, leaving me to navigate around the truth. As individuals with bipolar can look, sound, and seem just as normal as other people, it's the closest to them that get bit. Well, if that's the case, you might need to get evaluated as well. All right. She says, I'm fine with being labeled a liar if it means protecting my family, but it's heartbreaking that people still choose to believe Gordon when he told you all who and what he is capable of. Okay. So there's that. She says, be sure. She says, but sure. Okay, is what she says. Then she goes on to say, call me a liar, a bad mom, or whatever else you want. I know who I am. Believe what you will, but the truth never expires. Ashley's event was held on July 18th for context. Okay, so let's get into the messaging here. Matter of fact, let me see if I possibly hop over to Mia's Instagram and see if she still has these messages up. And if so, we'll get into them over here on her page. Okay, yeah. So she does have them up. So let us check this out. All right. So she says, thanks for calling. Tear their ass up, chew them up, and spit them out. Okay. This is what Gordon said shortly after Ashley's event that she says was held on the 18th, or right before Ashley's event. Okay. Is that right? So then on the 19th, it says, what happened last night was BS. Asked the production team whether I emphatically said during filming with Ray that you were a great mother. I praised you extensively during the conversation. You should be pissed at production for setting you up. In my opinion, they shared bits of information with the ladies in order to get you and did not share the whole conversation. All right. This right here, I don't think it was about how good of a mother she was or wasn't. Okay, but anywho, Gordon, they shouldn't have bits and pieces of information to use against me. Basically, she's telling him what I'm getting from it is you should have never gave them any ammo to go against me to begin with. So part of this shit is your fault, period. He says, do you mean like when you posted on Instagram, my kid's father? Ooh, come on, Gordon. Clock her T, Gordon, because it's giving you part of this is your fault. Don't be trying to push it on me. He says, I choose to believe you did not think about how that made me feel or how people will react to that post. I know that's right. And when she gets clocked, She says he has a manic episode. She tells him, have a great day, Orrin. He said, Gordon, he says, I'm sorry all this happened to you last night. You have a great day as well. Then he says, I will agree to be at the test provided I pick the place. He says, Jared doesn't trust me, which gives me cause not to trust him. I think that is fair. All right. So this was on July 19th. So she says no. He says, I don't know what date that is up there, but she says, hey, Mia, or he says, hey, Mia, can you make sure I have the nanny's name and phone number? And the nanny has my name and phone number so I can communicate with the kids. Also, let the nanny know I will pick the kids up around noontime Friday. She says, Gordon, you have a doctor's appointment on Saturday in CLT. What am I missing? He says, yes, I'm leaving Friday afternoon and taking the kids with me. My original plans was to pick them up from Donna Friday afternoon and then drive to Charlotte. Ooh. She says, can you please share your plans? I feel like they keep changing, so I'm just going to navigate and make sure the kids have everything they need until I return. I'm leaving the country, so I need to ensure that I have reliable childcare until I return to the States. Your decision-making process is if questionable. I guess you mean to say it's questionable, and I need to ensure the safety of the kids. I return on July 6th, 12:31 a.m. Please don't get offended. I'm just doing my job as their mother, right? So he says, we can talk. He says, when can we talk? She says, sure, give me a few. He says, what you're doing is very disrespectful to me. I don't have Jacqueline's address nor the phone number of the people we're going to be taking care of my kids. And I am absolutely floored that you've talked to a number of people about arranging this before talking to me. She says, Gordon, relax. I'm solution-based. The kids will be with the girls during the day. My mother is down the street and will assist with the kids as well. The girls have been working for Jacqueline for over a year. I trust her judgment and nanny referral. When I asked you if you were going to keep the kids with you this week, you said no, that you were going out of town and will not change your plans. I have a work trip to attend, so finding reliable child care near my support system ensures the safety and care of the children. Jacqueline has lived at the same address for over 8 years, and she also has the same phone number. I've shared the names of the girls. You have met them years ago. You can also contact Juliana and Jeremiah directly on the iPad. Our littles are super excited to spend time with their cousins. Okay. I don't think either of them is wrong. I think that they both should have just did better at communicating. Okay. It sounds like Mia's letting him know her number hasn't changed and you've always had her address. But at the same time, for me, I had been said that he had already communicated with her that he was going to get the kids anyway. That's why when Mia came to us on last week or whatever, talking that shit, I said, I don't put that past Mia. Okay, I said I wouldn't be surprised if Gordon already had a conversation with her about when he was going to get the kids or whatever the case was. And then Mia coming to us trying to hyperventilate and act like she didn't know where the fuck her kids was at. Oh my God, I don't know where I don't know what he's doing. I don't know. He just came and he picked the kids up. He took the kids. And it's like, ma'am, if you go back to your messages, this is likely where they are because it's already in your messages of what he said he was planning on doing. Okay. So that's what's going on with Mia and Gordon. Okay, so I guess y'all leave y'all thoughts below. I am trying to really see what the people have to say about Mia's messaging. Let me see. So you posted this for what? You proved our point. Child, I can't. They said, Mia, baby, are you okay? This did not prove anything. I'm confused at what this is supposed to prove. Mia, this is why Wendy said you're not smart, because this helps Gordon, not you, okay? Isn't this basically confirming that Gordon was correct? Child, everybody's eating her up. Somebody says, so Gordon let you know ahead of time he picked the kid. I told y'all this. I told y'all, because y'all thought I was playing. I told y'all this, okay? So Gordon let you know ahead of time he picked the kids up while you're out of town. Yet somehow you didn't know why he picked the kids up while you were out of town. All the while Jacqueline's trustworthy nanny referral ain't even answering Jacqueline's calls. Child, the people is crazy. They is chewing her down. Okay, Miss Mia. So whatever you thought that you were bringing to the people and you were clearing yourself of, it's not really clearing. Okay, the clearing, it's not clearing for me. All right. But that's what Miss Mia had to say, honey. She put the messages out there and nothing seems to be in the favor of Mia. Somebody says, I agree. Gordon brought it up to the show, but Mia was dead ass wrong making a storyline about it this season. That is your child. His paternity should not have been a storyline, period. Okay, so that's what's going on over there, honey. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below about Miss Mia Bia. All right, next up, I want to talk real quickly about the situation at hand with a few of the artists going over to be a part of, Trump's inauguration or his cryptocurrency event or whatever it is. And the three I'm thinking about are Soulja Boy, who do you have? Nelly, and then you have Snoop Dogg. All people that I don't listen to today. So in all honesty, it don't make me no difference. I'm so sorry. It doesn't, for me, it don't make me a difference either way it go. All right. When the situation went down with Miss Chrisette Michelle. I don't even remember what my thoughts were at that time, but I know I didn't just stop listening to her. Okay. I didn't just stop listening to her. Like, okay, people do shit every day that we don't like it, that we don't want to support, whatever it is. Okay. I'm sure wasn't listening to her at the time anyway. So it made me know, never mind. But over time, if I felt like listening to her, I'm gonna play her music. I played her music at the wedding. Like, I mean, I don't give a damn. Okay. They gonna do what they want to do anyway, and that's just how they is. All right. So Dr. Heavenly came to the front, and we know y'all not gonna cancel her because you guys love the BS that she puts out. So I feel like cancellation is very selective. Okay. And honestly, I feel like do it really be existing for real? But let's keep going because Heavenly puts out some tweets, okay? And she says, I couldn't care less who performs at the inauguration. Let people live and make their own choices, okay? Now, I've been trying my best not to really be tuned in to shit they got going on, but I know somebody wrote on my page like, oh, this is happening, Snoop, Trump, Soldier, all this other stuff. Can't wait to hear your thoughts. And honestly, you weren't going to hear my thoughts because I feel like Heavenly, I could care a damn less. But at the same time, when I saw that Heavenly offered her 2 cents, I said, well, we could touch on it just a little piece, okay? We could touch on it just a little piece. We'll talk about it. So this is what Heavenly says. A lot of people feel like because Heavenly don't give a damn, she voted for Trump. I didn't vote for Trump and I don't give a fuck. It's like, because they gonna do what they gonna do. You just have to make a decision on whether you gonna rock with them or you not gonna rock with them. Ultimately. And you have every right to fuck with them or not fuck. If that's what you want to do what you want to do. Right? So then Heavenly says, we can't say what we think, ? She says, if you don't agree, you try to cancel the people you don't agree with. People are not the same. Therefore, will not always see things as you do. Heavenly gets on my nerves, but this is a comment that I do agree with. I do agree with that. Sometimes that group think stuff really irritates me. And it's like, I often find myself asking people in my head, because a lot of times I don't say it out loud, but I be like, yo, are these your thoughts? Is this really how you feel? Or are these thoughts of what somebody else online is telling you how you should feel about a situation? You know what I'm saying? Like when people have all these conversations, and this is a bit off the subject, like about relationships and stuff like that. And a woman should do this, a woman should do that, a man should do that. And it's like, do you really feel that way? Or are you going off of the shit that you saw on social media that makes you think that you should move and operate and feel a certain way? You know what I'm saying? It's like, do you have a mind of your own, or are you allowing the masses to fully control how you feel? Just, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm thinking in my head. And I'm sure some people are going to be upset about, me agreeing with Heavenly in this moment, just a little piece. But I don't care because y'all are likely the same ones that don't be going in her shit when she does the stuff that she does over there on the TV show. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so then she says, let me go back. Yeah. So we got to that part. She says, your mother sold her soul so that you could eat. You better take care of your own. What do you mean your mother sold her soul? Who mama sold their soul? Okay, I guess this was her way of sneaking in your mama. Because, she loved to say that, your mama. So, your mama sold her soul so you could eat. You better take care of your own. All right? I don't know what the hell she's trying to say there, honestly. Okay, y'all could translate. Then she says, Twitter, now TikTok, propaganda will run rampant. And now with AI, she says the masses won't know what's true and what's not. Girl, we been not knowing what's true and what the fuck's not. Okay, girl, propaganda has been around before we have. Okay, and it's going to continue to be around. All right, because a lot of us don't do the research. I feel like it's no different than us reading headlines but not reading the details of the article. A lot of times we just read the headlines and run with it, right? So that means a lot of things that we see on social media, somebody's going to say it, we're going to take it, run with it, and we're not going to do the research behind it for ourselves. Like, girl, we live in a lazy society, and they're trying to make it even more lazier. So, girl, it's just what it is, okay? Anywho, so she says, you better get on your knees and put your trust in God. Let him lead you. All right. She says, I'm on one today. Maybe I should go live on YouTube and get it all out. I'm the 92%. I can't think like the others. Okay. So this is what Heavenly had to say over there on the social media. Hold on one second. And I know that she ended up going live. I didn't check it out or anything, but I did see her go live on YouTube, okay? So, give me one second. Okay, so it sounds like she, I don't know. Let me see. Okay, so I'm not even sure what she means by 92%, but I'm wondering, did she even vote? Okay, because that's kind of what it sounds like a little bit to me, but I don't know what the hell it is, but y'all can leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. But yeah, so some of the people are choosing to be a bit outraged, you know, by Heavenly just a little piece. Somebody says she absolutely voted for Trump, and you can do what you want, but you have no control over how anyone reacts to your choice. I do agree with that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Ultimately, these people gonna do what they want. A lot of times, I mean, you can't force them to think how you think. And I think that happens a lot where people try to control what people think and say. You can't do that, but you can control how you show up, how you choose to support, or whether you withdraw your support completely. Okay? Now, as for me, I'm not really fucking with none of them folks over there. I'm not, I support people being able to show us who the fuck you really are and let us know how you really think and how you really feel, and not having, you know, going along, whatever. Okay. But at the end of the day, I mean, they want to sing, they want to get up there and shuck and jive and do whatever, do what you gonna do. I don't have to be a part of this shit. Okay. So there's that. I'm not rocking with it. So y'all leave y'all thoughts on that part. Somebody says she's insufferable and just not a good person. Somebody says just as people have the right to vote, support, perform for who they want, others can cancel who they want as well. Very true. And sometimes you ain't even got to open your mouth to like say a whole lot. Sometimes you just be like, let me just moonwalk to the back. Okay. And I do feel like, and I could be wrong, I feel like a lot of, quite a bit, I ain't gonna say a lot because I don't know the numbers, but I feel like quite a bit of the people that's upset with Nelly, Snoop, and Soulja Boy don't listen to their ass no way. I feel like it's gonna be a few scragglers. I don't know. I feel like out of 10 people, if you get 10 people, I feel like it's probably going to be maybe 2 to 3 of those people that may actually listen to them for real on a regular, you know? Maybe 2 of them actually may go and buy a ticket to support, but they are, I don't know. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. I'm just like, girl, fuck them folk. They gonna do what they want to do anyway, because that's just how they is, and I'm gonna continue to do what I want to do, which is not rocking with you bitches from the beginning. So that is all that I have. Okay, leave your thoughts and comments down below. I'm Jami, that's me, and of course I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Aegis. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim, on a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film, I can feel the pool.